in modern periodic table, we have seen that we have 18 group and 7 periods. Now we shall discuss the 7 periods in detail. Period 1 has 2 elements. Period 2nd and 3rd 8 each. Period 4th and 5th have 18 elements each, and 6th and 7th have 32 each. So the longest form of periodic table are 6th and 7th, in which you can see in 6th main you are having 18 elements and the remaining 14 are lanthanides. And in 7th again you have 18 elements in the main periodic table and 14 from thorium to lawrencium called as actinoids. So lanthanide and actinoid are part of 6th period and 7th period respectively. Lanthanoid belong to 6th and actinoid to 7th. And there are 18 groups numbered from 1 to 18, that is from left to right. We have 18 groups from 1 to 18 in the modern periodic table. Now, the second period starts from lithium and ends with neon. Now, when you see the configuration in a period, what happens is the electron adds into the same principal shell. So, you can see from lithium to neon, the electron is added into the second shell, but different subshell. And left to right, what happens? The atomic number increases, so the metallic property increases and metallic property decreases and non-metallic property increases. And down a group, the number of electron in the outermost shell remains the same, only the outermost shell changes. For example, in 13th group, boron to thallium, if you see, the configuration is Ns2Np1. It is 2s2 2p1, 3s2 3p1, 4s2 4p1, 5s2 5p1, 6s2 6p1, etc. So what happens? The configuration, the outer shell configuration remains the same. So some properties are similar, except for boron. All other elements are metallic in nature and they are readily found in minerals and ore, and the melting and boiling point decreases down the group. So they have similar property because of similar electronic configuration. This is in a group. Now, the total number of elements in modern periodic table arranged are 118. Now, we shall see few properties of other elements. Like after uranium, the rest of the elements are called as transuranic elements because they were discovered after uranium and they are highly radioactive, and these are called transuranic elements. Now, certain other elements after 100 are transfermium, and these are named either in place of state or country or in the scientist's name. So plutonium and neptunium are transuranic, and after fermium it's transfermium. And the name of the element is being given by a committee called as IUPAC. So after 100 there is a special type of naming we can see. That IUPAC naming, we will give the name of the element whichever it is so, based on the name of scientist or place. Like NO is nobelium after Alfred Nobel, lawrencium LR for Lawrence scientist. So we have certain elements name based on the name of the scientist, or on the place of country we have americium, cumarium, californium, germanium. These are based on the name of the place. So the elements after 100 have a naming which is being decided by a committee called as IUPAC. RF stands for Rutherfordium, which is having an atomic number 104. Now initially the name was not Rutherfordium. There was a controversy related to this particular element which is 104. It was earlier called as RF, Rutherfordium and Croatium, but later on, to avoid the conflict between two countries, IUPAC gave the nomenclature of elements after atomic number 99. That is from 100 we have a IUPAC naming till the discovery of the new element is proved. Its name is officially recognized, and an element shall be named based on a systematic nomenclature, and that's called the IUPAC nomenclature, in which we need to know the notations. For each digit we have a name and abbreviation. Like 0 to 9 digits are named as nil, un, bi, tri, quad, pent, hex, sept, oct and n. After the name, whatever digit name, then you have to add in the suffix ium. That would be the name of the element, and the symbol would be the first symbol of the digit name, that is the symbol of the element. For example, 118th element is called UUO. Now what does it UUO mean? One is un, another one is un, and 8 stands for oct. So octium is the IUPAC name of 118th element. And first letter is U, capital U, then second U small, and third letter is O. So the symbol is UUO. So IUPAC naming, to avoid in confusion, we also have the voting done in the committee by the representative of the IUPAC, and then the name is based on the country, state, or on the name of the scientist. This is how we name. So IUPAC of element after 100 atomic number is being done according to IUPAC nomenclature. Now in modern periodic table, the electronic configuration of an element plays a very important role. This is how the electrons are arranged in modern periodic table, in groups and in periods. In whichever manner you go, the atomic number will be increased. Now the first element has an electronic configuration for hydrogen. Now what does electronic configuration mean? It means the complete arrangement of electron in an atom. And electronic configuration for hydrogen is 1s1. In chapter 2, we have seen how to fill the electron in each shell, in having subshell and orbitals. So we have shells, that is the principal quantum number, n, which is denoted by k, l, m, etc. And n tells us the distance from the nucleus to the outer shell. And each shell is divided into subshell. The first shell has only one subshell, S. Second shell has two subshell, and then each subshell has orbitals. And these orbitals are arranged or filled in increasing order of the energy level. Both physical and chemical properties are defined by electronic configuration. For if you consider the second period, the atomic size variation we shall discuss. Now variation of atomic size in a period, that is from left to right, we can see that the atomic number increases by 1 unit when we move left to right, and the electrons are added in the same principal quantum number, that is same shell, n is equal to 2. The shell is same, but inside the nucleus proton is added by 1. So the effective nuclear charge will be more in the case of fluorine atom. You have 9 protons and 9 electrons. The shell is same. The radius, the distance from the nucleus to the second shell is same. But what happens, because of the more proton, nuclear force of attraction experienced by the electron in fluorine is more. As a result, size of fluorine decreases. So left to right size decreases. But down the group, what happens? The shell is increased by 1. But the electron in the outermost shell remain the same. So as we go down the group, atomic number increase, but shell number also increase. So from the nucleus to outermost shell, the distance changes and increases with increase in number of shell. As you can see, from lithium to sodium to potassium, shell is being added. So size will increase when you go down the group. So electronic configuration defines physical and chemical properties of an element. And by this we can tell that, by this explanation we can tell that potassium is more reactive than lithium, as potassium has 4 shell and in outermost shell 1 electron. Lithium also has 1 electron but only 2 shell. So the reactivity decreases from left to right in a period, even though the atomic number increases, but left to right atomic number increases, nuclear charge increases, as a result reactivity decreases. Both physical and chemical properties are governed by electronic configuration, and few properties are density, boiling point, melting point, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, and electronegativity. So how does these property change in a period, in basically in modern periodic table, when you move left to right or when you come top to down in a group? This is what the main topic is, the periodic arrangement, the periodicity. Now when you talk from left to right, the shell number remains the same. Electrons are added in the same shell. That is, in different subshell also you can talk about. Each shell has subshell. So physical and chemical property repeat after some interval of time because of the similarity in electronic configuration. Now when you talk for second period, the principal shell is 2. Now when the principal shell is 2, the electron will add only in the second shell. Now when the principal shell is 3, the electron will add in the third shell. and left to right the configuration will have a particular arrangement. Now you can see the numbering is being done. Number of element in second period is 8. Fine. Now if you talk about the first energy level, second energy level and so on, the n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 etc. We shall see completely how the electronic configuration is being taken into consideration in modern periodic table. In first period, K shell is being filled, and K shell has only 2 electron, a maximum of 2 because it has only one orbital which is 1s, which can accommodate only 2 electron. So in first period, the configuration may be either 1s1, that is for the hydrogen, and 1s2 for helium. So in first period we have only two member, hydrogen and helium, with a configuration 1s1 and 1s2. In second period, that is L shell will be filled with n is equal to 2. Second shell, that is L, capital L, and it has 4 orbital, 2s, 1 orbital and 3 orbital of 2p. So a total of 8 electron will be filled. So we have 8 elements in second period, for which the second shell will have 2 subshell 2s and 2p, and the electron will enter into second principal quantum number. So the configuration for lithium is 1s2 2s1, and it goes to neon to 1s2 2s2 2p6. So in the second shell, n is equal to 2. Electrons are entered in 2s and 2p. After 2s is filled, 2p will have electron being filled up. So from lithium to neon, the electrons are filled. In third period, M shell is being filled up. In M shell, a maximum of 18 electrons can be filled, but in modern periodic table, in M shell we have only 8 elements, and the orbitals that are filled up is 3s and 3p, not 3d, because on the basis of Aufbau principle, 3d will be filled only after the filling of 4s. So in third period, M shell is being filled with only 2 subshell 3s and 3p. That is a total of 4 orbitals and 8 electrons. 3d is not filled in third period. 3d is filled only after the filling of 4s orbital. So in M shell, the electron that are being added is only in 3s and 3p in third period. That is from sodium having a configuration 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s1, and argon 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6, that is of 18 electrons. In fourth shell, capital N shell is being filled, and N can have a value of 32. But again over here, the orbitals that are being filled is 4s, 3d and 4p. 4s has 1 orbital, 3d has 5 orbital and 4p has 3 orbital. So 9 orbitals are being filled, that is 18 electrons are being arranged. So how does this happen is, you have 3d filled in fourth period. First, 4s orbital will fill with a 2 electron maximum, then 3d with a maximum of 10, and then 4p with 6. So 2 plus 10 plus 6, that is 18 electrons are being filled. So 18 elements would be present in the fourth period. And the elements in which 3d orbital are being filled are called transition elements, that is from scandium to zinc with atomic number 21 to 30, and the configuration are scandium argon 3d1 4s2, titanium 3d argon 3d2 4s2, vanadium argon 3d3 4s2. So the electron is being added in the 3d subshell. If you see, each time the electron is being added over here in 3d, the electron in 4s is same, either 4s2 or 4s1. Here the difference in chromium and copper we have discussed in chapter 2. These have exceptional nature. To have half filled or completely filled stability, they have different electronic configuration as that of the expected one. So the configuration is 3d10. So first 4s orbital is filled, then 3d, and then 4p. That comes a p block. So if you see the arrangement, you have s, d, and then p. So p block or p orbital is filled at the last. Then in fifth group, the next fifth shell is being filled up, and it starts from rubidium and ends with xenon. And the orbitals that are being filled up is five s with 2 electron, 4d with 10 electron, and 5p with 6 electron. So a total of 18 electrons are being filled in fifth period also. It starts with 5s, then in 4d when the electron enters, it's called the transition element, and then 5p. Yttrium is a transition element in 4d, and it ends till cadmium with atomic number 48. These are transition elements in fifth shell. These 10 elements are called transition elements with configuration, as you can see: yttrium, krypton 4d1 5s2, zirconium 4d2 5s2, so on, and it ends with cadmium, krypton 4d10 5s2. So fully filled d orbital. So d orbital is fully filled. Now the electron will enter into 5p, and the 6 electrons will enter into 5p subshell, and those are in the p block from group 13 to group 18. And it ends with xenon, where the configuration is 5p6. So after 5s2, 4d, and then 5p. So these three orbitals are filled in fifth period. In sixth period, we have 32, and in seventh also. And before that, the noble gas in fifth period is xenon with configuration 5s2, 5p6. Now sixth period has 32 elements, 18 in the main group, and a bottom row of lanthanoid which are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. So the number in the elements in sixth period is 32. So the orbitals that are being filled in sixth period is 6s, then 4f, 5d, 6p. These are the four different orbitals which are being filled in sixth period. It starts from 6s2, then 14 electron in 4f, 10 electron in 5d, and 6 electron in 6p. So a total of how many electrons do you have? 32. Same as with 7th. And here the 6s2, 5d10 and 6p are placed in the main periodic table. Main. And this is given a special row called lanthanoids. The 4f orbital when filled up is after lanthanum, and the elements, the 14 element after lanthanum, are called inner transition elements. That is from cerium to lutetium, the 14 elements are lanthanoid series of 4f inner transition elements. That is before transition 4f orbital is being filled up, so they are called inner transition. Similarly, after francium we have actinium, and then you have 7s being filled, 5f, 6d and 7p. Again of 32 electrons you have. So 32 elements are in 7th period. 14 elements which are placed at the bottom starts from thorium and ends with lawrencium. And these are called 5f inner transition elements or actinoid series. And these are man-made elements. These are not naturally occurring, but here you have majority of the elements which are artificial or man-made. So the orbitals and the number of electrons that are being filled in each period is being seen in this particular table. You have to learn this, which are the different orbitals being filled in which period and how many number of elements will be there in each period. Gives your answer from the orbitals that are being filled up. First period has only 1s orbital being filled, so 2 elements would be present. Second period has the orbital 2s and 2p, so 8 elements. Third period also 3s and 3p, 8 elements. Fourth period has 4s, then 3d and then 4p, so 18 elements. Fifth 5s, 4d and 5p, again 18 elements. Sixth and seventh have configuration 6s, 4f, 5d and 6p orbital in sixth period, so 32 elements. And in seventh 7s, 5f, 6d and 7p, again 32. And each orbital each subshell will have how many orbital, that is also given. So you need to learn this, and with this it would be very easy to know the elements and the configuration relation in the modern periodic table.